Hi Brooke.
Hello Tom.
Today we're talking about people and whether they can change or not. What do you think, Brooke? Can people really change?
Good question, Tom.
Have you seen it?
Well, let's say from personal experience, I didn't think I could give up coffee, but I have. In the last week, I have had to give up coffee, and I can go through a day without a cup of coffee. So I didn't think that was possible.
Wow. There you go. Change is possible. So we're going to investigate that today and explore the question, encouraging you to carry on the conversation with people you're close to. I think everyone would want change of some sort in their life, but how often do you really see positive change? What's something that's changed your life?
Well, I saw a long time ago, I'm an old fella, but in 1989 there was a movie called Dead Poets Society, and I was sort of at that phase of life where I was full of energy and thinking, I don't want to waste the life that I've been given. So the motto "Seize the Day" comes through in the movie a lot, and I think that I really did. I think that movie made me realise that life goes quick, and that we need to, make the most of all our days.
I think one thing that changes people is other people.
Oh yeah.
The people I saw that changed most at my 10-year reunion were the people that had been married, had kids.
Yeah. Funny, I read something this week about a woman who had walked into stepmotherhood. She had actually married a man who had some children, and she said she'd learnt so much from them. One of the things that she said she learnt was that she was actually selfish. Even though she didn't think she was selfish, she said all of a sudden I had to share my TV,
yes.
and all of a sudden I learnt some things about myself. We influence each other when we're in community, and we do have an impact on the way we think and the way we act. And so she had learnt to really embrace those children every time she saw them, and to share with them, which was beautiful.
It goes to show the importance of the people in our lives and how much we should value that.
I don't know whether it's everyone's story when they get a bit older, but I find that I'm more introverted now, and so the friendships I'm looking for now aren't really the fast and furious ones so much as the more of the depth journey friendships. And good news is lots of people are up for that, but it's probably, rather than being action and out and about and party or whatever, it's more who are the people that are choosing to get the marrow out of life, I guess, going back to that Dead Poets Society movie, to do the deep stuff. And so probably the people that have stuck with me are the people that have been up for that sort of depth journey.
I don't know if you found this, Brooke, but when people change, or when we change, it can really change the people around us and shake them a bit.
Yeah.
They don't expect us to be different.
Yeah.
And often our friendships might change, or it takes a time of transition for everyone else around us too.
Yeah, for sure.
That change really does affect more than just ourselves.
Yes. I suppose, for a while I was going through a bit of a change in terms of my values and my beliefs and what I wanted to spend my time in, and how I wanted our family to spend our time and stuff. And I suppose some of that was some of it was a little bit overzealous, so there was a little bit of a discomfort maybe in that, but also there was a need to kind of communicate to each other that the expectations I had on myself were not necessarily going to be pushed onto others. The ability for everyone to truly decide for themselves is such a God-given gift.
As a teacher, at the start of the year, you get a new class, and often we're encouraged to talk to the previous teacher about the incoming class and look up the data on all the students.
Some of the tips and tricks that have worked in the past, perhaps, even.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that can be a really helpful thing, but sometimes it colours your view before you even meet the students.
Yeah.
And that can be a trap for us when we hear about other people. We come to expect something, and it really is hard to overcome what we expect of somebody. Like this week even, I heard two very different reports from two people about the way somebody else was doing things. One was very negative, and I heard that one first, and it really made me think, oh, something is not quite right there. And then this other report, you know, quite contradictory.
Yeah.
It goes to show that sometimes the way that others view a person is not always helpful for us to take in, and we've got to sort of figure people out ourselves often.
Yeah. Which I guess is another reason why when we are travelling down like if we're inquiring about the values and things that we have, or the way that our character is developing, things like that, or the habits we're shaping, the truth is in the telling of our actions repeatedly, you know. So you know, when we have people who have lied to us in the past, there may be a season where we actually need to see the truth telling with caution, see the truth telling in action over and over again, for us to then build that bridge of trust again. I think
that's right. And at the same time, trying to encourage that person and believe in them, that change is possible.
Yeah.
That we don't reinforce that, well, you're just the same person.
Yeah.
People can't change, because I think we can't change on our own.
No, we need hope from others, don't we?
Often I find myself changing opinions based on things I listen to. I listen to podcasts, and you know, I don't have to know the person or have met the person, but their stories, their experiences can greatly shape the way I think about things. And in the same way, when I read about the stories of Jesus, knowing what he does in those circumstances changes the way that I viewed people.
I actually have been enjoying some YouTube videos of some minimalists who, you know, some ladies in America who just honestly have a lightness and a joy in their lives, and they were sharing about the changes that had happened for them because they had streamlined things and just reduced the excess and made life simpler, and it just gave them extra time then to be able to be with their families or to do the things that they enjoyed, and home became much more of an enjoyable comfortable space, not for comfort for hiding away from things, but you know, we're supposed to come home to rejuvenate, not to get stressed out by all of our extra jobs to do.
Which makes me think there's got to be some sort of problem, discontent, before we start looking for those opportunities.
Yeah, that's true.
For change.
Yep.
Did you find that
Yes.
was in your case?
Yeah, definitely. Like just feeling like this isn't working. Everything's always out of place. What is going on? I need some help here, and then kind of started stumbling upon these kinds of ideas, and yeah, it was
seeing the results.
Yes, definitely seeing the results.
It makes the change sort of embed itself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, once you have those positive reinforcements of, oh no, that worked, that got me through that week that was crazy, I had less around and it didn't stress me out in the same way. It's good. That's a bit more flexy than I thought.
That one's not too good, is it? Absolute faith in the bridge builder. Often change is something that happens very slowly. We almost can't notice it, but sometimes there's dramatic change. There's things come together in such a way that it's like a Damascus Road experience, if you're familiar with that term.
There was an estrangement scenario in my wider family only last year, and one that caused me a fair bit of despair. And what happened happened over just a period of 2 or 3 short months, where it went from I think I'm losing this person, to this person catching up with us every week, and just again our relationship has deepened, and some beautiful stuff that happened as a result of that. But that was a big topic of prayer for me, and I feel like God in a very short space of time completely changed the dynamic, and I'm very grateful for that.
A sudden change. Brooke, have you had something similar?
I did have a moment where somebody shared something with me. She just gave me hope, and from then I started reading the Bible in a different way. Before that, I'd been quite anxious about some things about reading the Bible, and it just changed the way that I approached that, and it really opened my eyes to see how much God's love just does the effort for us in terms of of the changes and the hopes and things, and I experienced a really hard week after that, and realized I had a lot of change to do. And in that moment, knowing that God loved me so much that he almost prepared me beforehand to say, I love you and I'm with you and I'm for you and I care for you, really just helped me through that really big crisis. It's been a journey since then. So yeah, a moment that has turned into a change for a longer
long
time.
term.
Yeah.
And what I'm picking up on there is the personal nature of what that lady said to you.
Yeah.
We were talking about the, people from a distance, the books, the stories, the podcasts, and that can have an impact on us. But when somebody says something to us, someone that sees us maybe in a different way or knows us quite well and says something to us, sometimes that change can be more dramatic.
Yeah.
And
especially when it's also an encouraging thing.
yes.
I think the power of encouragement is so good when it is encouragement, not just for the sake of a pat on the back, but encouragement to show a possibility of something that you're actually longing for a little bit, like,
yes.
yeah, you were saying how sometimes we actually, kind of have a bit of an inkling of we want something to change. And so when somebody then encourages us into a way that it actually puts our kind of our trajectory onto that path, that is a very special gift, isn't it?
That's the power of that personal connection.
Yeah.
The power of somebody knowing us.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you for watching. Appreciate you taking the time, and just encourage you, as I said before, to have those conversations. Maybe ask somebody, has there been a time in your life where you've changed? Changed a belief, changed a direction, or is there a time when you've been impacted by the change in somebody else's life?